Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. We always try to pick topics that are going to make you think, that are going to give you something to really chew on, and today is no exception.
Yeah, today we're talking about a concept that doesn't always get the attention it deserves. Steadfastness.
Steadfastness. It's kind of an old-fashioned word, right?
Sure.
But when you really dig into it, like we're about to, you realize just how powerful it can be.
It's a quiet kind of strength, Not flashy, but the kind of strength that can really make a difference in your life.
Okay, so before we get too far, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What exactly is steadfastness? I mean, we've got some really great source material here that really goes in depth.
Yeah, one source defines it as the unshakable strength to remain firm in your purpose.
Unshakable strength to remain firm in your purpose. I like that.
But it's not just about being stubborn, right? There's more to it than just digging your heels in and refusing to budge.
So it's not about just like brute force willpower.
No, it's more nuanced than that. Steadfastness comes from a deep understanding of your values, knowing what truly matters to you.
So having that inner compass.
Yeah, exactly. And then from those values, you set goals that are aligned with them. Because if your goals aren't aligned with what you truly believe in, it's going to be that much harder to stay committed when things get tough.
Which they inevitably will.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. How many times have you started working towards a goal and then life happens? Distractions pop up, doubts creep in, unexpected challenges throw you off course.
Oh, all the time. I'm sure everyone listening can relate to that. I know I can.
It's like, you know how the source talks about those winds of doubt?
Yeah, not wavering when the winds of doubt blow. A vivid image, right?
It really captures that feeling, doesn't it? And those winds, they can come from anywhere. Sometimes it's external pressures, other people's opinions, or just the general chaos of life.
But sometimes I think those doubts come from within.
Oh, absolutely. Self-doubt is a powerful force, maybe the most powerful.
But the source says that steadfastness means recognizing those doubts, acknowledging them, and still choosing to move forward.
Right. It doesn't mean you pretend the doubts aren't there. You see them, you acknowledge them, and you choose to move forward anyway.
I think that's where the unshakable part comes in.
Exactly. And I love how the source uses all this really vivid imagery to describe steadfastness. It's not passive, It's not just sitting back and hoping for the best.
Right. It's like storms of life, advancing steadily. Those are action words.
Exactly. It is active. It's about making that consistent effort even when you're only taking small steps forwards.
Because even small steps are still progress, right?
Absolutely. And that's where the self-trust piece comes in. The more you choose to stay committed despite the challenges, the more you're proving to yourself that you can handle things.
The source says that too. Each act of persistence reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed.
Yes. It's like every time you push through a challenge, you're making a deposit into your resilience bank, so to speak.
And that builds over time.
Oh, definitely. And it's not just about achieving a specific goal either. It's about building that overall sense of self-reliance. You start to realize that you can depend on yourself, that you have the strength to navigate difficult situations.
And that's where the quiet strength part of steadfastness really shines through, wouldn't you say?
I agree. Steadfast people, they're not always the loudest in the room, but their strength comes from within, this unwavering commitment that lets them keep going when others might give up.
It's like, those people who just seem to quietly get things done. No drama, no complaining. They just consistently show up and make progress.
Exactly. And in a way, they're leading by example. They're showing others what's possible when you have that kind of quiet determination.
So to kind of recap what we've talked about, steadfastness is about knowing your values, setting goals that are in line with those values, and then persistently pursuing those goals, even when things get tough.
Yes, and as we do that, as we practice steadfastness, we build self-trust, resilience, and we become examples for others.
Which is amazing to think about.
It is, isn't it? And it kind of leaves us with a really powerful question. How can you embody steadfastness in your own life? And I don't just mean in terms of reaching your goals, but also in terms of staying true to who you are along the way.
That's a good question. A really good question.
Because at the end of the day, that's really what steadfastness is all about, aligning your actions with your deepest values.
Wow. Well, that's certainly given me a lot to think about. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
And until next time, keep those minds curious.